This is Tyler Felty here with TEFXIOUS. Today, we're going to talk about different topics, and we're going to get in depth with a couple things. So buckle up, have fun, and, just jam out. I do got the fan running in the background, so if you hear some sort of white noise or something like that, this is my fan. So, yeah. There's a couple topics I do want to discuss, and I think most of it's around communication. I think most of it is around connection and communication. And, I was thinking, I'm like, what is it that people really are looking for? What is it that they're really wanting? And most people just want to connect to something. They want to connect, whether that's music, friends, family, to the gym. They want to connect to substances, alcohol, drugs. People want to connect to things, and they want to be a part of an experience. And I'll tell you how communication plays such a huge part in that. And it can lift you out of these places where you feel down, and get you back up, or get you realigned. I'm a firm believer that there's no level of being down. There's no level of depression. There's no level of existence to feel down. The only reason why you feel down about yourself or you feel like you're in this sluggish mode is because you're thinking of thoughts of the past, and it's allowing you to kind of replay those thoughts and know that you're not doing that now. So you're forcing yourself, thinking that there's a void or something that's missing. I always talked about voids equals values. If you value something, it's because something that was missing in your life and you went to go fill it. Now, how I'm going to kind of go about this is just kind of like a free flow. I'm not going to really typically I have pillars I talk about, or just different things I talk about in sequences, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kind of freestyle it for today. So communication, if you look at communication, right? Communication is probably the most powerful things that humans have to connect with people. You have physical and non-physical, you have body language, you have nonverbal, you have energy, the metaphysical, like I said, non-physical in a sense. There's so many ways that you can communicate with things, and, just put yourself through that experience. But, if we're not communicating properly to these things, then we will miss out on a certain flow of connection, yes. And to give you an example, right, the communication for you to speak to someone is obviously saying words, having ideas, expressing your feelings, expressing your thoughts, expressing your ideas. And to the level of excitement, you can either pronounce it or communicate it very low and non-effective, or very high and very effective, depending how the interest is. If there's more interest, you're going to communicate more effectively. Think of a child going to a theme park, and they're communicating with their friends, or teenagers going to a theme park, and they're communicating with their friends on when they're going. They want to invite them. They're very fun. Or they're very excited. They know they're going to have a lot of fun. They know they're exactly going to do this, and they imagine all these things, and the effective communication is there, right? And they have this value and this excitement because it's high priority. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very influential for them, very beneficial for them. So they can rattle off things left and right, knowing how fun it's going to be. So they can effectively communicate that with people. With their friends, okay? If you look at a business owner, and let's just say he's about to acquire an acquisition in a company, he's about to buy a company, and he's telling his team, he's telling, his not only his teams, but also people that are running the show with him, his investors, all that fun stuff. So the goal behind this for him is he's rattling off all these things that's allowing him to effectively communicate and telling them the game plan, what they're going to be prepared for, what they're about to get into, and the results, the effect of what's going to happen very positively, right? So he's going to communicate that effectively. When you have things are not interested, when you're not interested in anything, you lack the words, you lack the communication. There's no interest whatsoever, right? That's common. If you don't like something, you don't want to talk to it. If you don't like something, or you don't want to talk in a certain scene or a certain setting, it's because you don't have an interest at all. So the amount of communication is just not going to be there, okay? So if you look on terms on what people want to connect with, okay, and you find out what they want to connect to, okay, this comes along their values. It comes along what they really truly value in life. And if we can look, if you can look and see what most people value in life, and you start asking skillful quality questions, you start getting to know about their values. You get to know about what they really deeply have great true interest about. And the better the questions, the better you're going to be able to reveal that out of them and really have them understand and explain more to you effectively on what they love. This allows you to go in and really understand that, what they really love and their high interests and their high priorities and what their truest, highest values are. And we can then from there communicate on terms on what they absolutely love. Now, instead of forcing communication or trying to force conversation with someone, we have a foundational piece of how someone loves something or how somebody loves what they love. Give you an example. Let's just say, this can be funny. Let's just say there's a young chick and she recently just came across a boyfriend, and let's just say she's about to go have him visit her parents, okay? And what he is going to do is he's going to get to know her parents, get to understand who they are, meet them for the first time, go through that whole process, right? He's probably nervous. He's probably excited. She's nervous. She's excited. The parents are like, yeah, okay, another boyfriend, cool. But what would have him stand out the most, and this is a power, so note this, is that if he were to ask specific questions to figure out her parents' values and what they love the most and what they really value and have highest priorities towards, then he can effectively communicate and ask another series of questions around those values to effectively communicate with the parents. He can only, and this is it, right? He can only ask questions, and he can, if he wanted to, just ask questions and really took it down that path so well to have them keep talking about themselves. Let's just say 30, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours go by, okay? Let's just say 3 hours go by on the longer end. Her parents will be more receptive, more opening, more welcoming, more kind, more sweet, more inspired, and to bring him more and welcome him into the family. And they would love him. Because why? He is effectively communicating values, number one. Second is that he's actively listening. I fucked that up. Actively listening. So number one, he's effectively communicating values by asking a series of questions on what is their highest prize, like their prize and what they absolutely love. And then secondly, he's actively listening to that, right? And if someone is able to drag that out, they don't really have to say too much. They just keep that flow going. At the end of the time that you spend with them, they're going to look at you as the most greatest fucking person on earth. Because number one, you have them talk about them. And then second, obviously talk about what they absolutely love. And then they're emphasizing it. And you have to remember, people that are specialized, like if they have a specialization of knowledge, if they have a specialty in something, they can talk for hours about it. And that's going to naturally inspire people. Like if you got, a gym trainer, right? And you ask him certain questions that was derived around their values, they're going to talk to you all about body composition, body fat percentage, BPI, all that bullshit, weight, certain exercises, right? They're going to understand exactly based off different goals of what people have, like, what they would need to do, what their diet was. He can go on or she can go on for hours to talk about that because the person's actively or effectively communicating values, okay? Now, let's back it up, okay? Because this is very, very vital, okay? The next thing I'm about to say, because if you can understand what people want to connect to, and you're effectively able to communicate people's values, then what you can do then in the next thing is you can almost cater to people's values and provide systems or provide services for people to what they want to connect. And now you have a business model, or you have a venture that is allowing people to connect to something that's catered around their values, and you effectively communicated that. And now they're just eating out of the palm of your hand, right? So now you're able to really just build a business model that really expands and grows now. So what's great about marketing, and what's great about selling, and what's great about the dynamic of business is that businesses are derived to communicate to people's values. If you don't know someone's values, you can't have an authentic message to sell them. You have to have a hook. You have to have something that draws them in to talk about their values, or to talk about connection, or talk about a problem of their values that they need solving. So if we look at the minute things on these simple steps of what you're doing effectively to communicate with people, or effectively to communicate in a business, we can grow and expand this process into a business that then thrives, okay? And for me, my profession is around sales and being a very keen and aware sales professional that allows people to be open and knowledgeable with what is going on in their life, whether it's business or personal. And they do give me the opportunity to open up to me. And from there, I'm able to connect values and synchronize my product, services, or ideas to what their problem is. And then I create a match, or I create a unison, right? Or, I love to use this phrase, a symbiotic relationship. Fucking, what is it called? Spider-Man and Venom. So think about this, right? Think about, in relationships, okay, guys? This is for you. Listen up, okay? Because this is going to fucking make sense. And the reason why your girls are cheating on you, or they're not in depth with you, or being more how they used to in the beginning, is because you're failing at this. You're sucking at this, okay? Listen, women, they want to know how you can cater to their values, okay? But also lay the law down and lead the way. Now, if you're not catering, or if you're not communicating her values to what she loves to do, and you're not effectively doing things around her values, she's going to get bored of you, man. It's not always about you. When you're in a relationship, it's always about, damn, nose is itchy. When you're in a relationship, it's always about you effectively communicating values. She's going to communicate your values, vice versa for you to hers. Now, the goal is, let's just say, and I said this numerous times, she loves shopping, she loves traveling, she loves eating, okay? Loves all that shit. And I love, let's just say I love preparing my meals, cooking, or ordering, food. I love traveling and going to different places. And let's just say I love to go work out consistently. I love to stay in and write and read. And let's just say I like to produce music, okay? So these are things that's like, I'm kind of like a homebody. I can go out when I want to go out and travel. That's fine. But I'm more like a homebody, right? And like I like to stay put at times for good long periods of time. But she likes to go out. She likes to go do this and do that, and likes to be in the crowd and likes to be social, right? Like if I'm not communicating to her and be like, hey, babe, I know you want to go out. So what I was thinking is that you and we can head out over here, go shopping for a little bit, for about an hour or two, like 2 hours. Hours not enough, right? At least 2 hours or maybe 2.5. And then I was thinking we could go get dinner, and get some drinks. And then I was thinking, once we come back, we can head to that spot, where you like to dance. And that way we can probably do like another hour there or so. And also I was thinking, let's plan a trip here soon, probably in like 2 or 3 months, maybe, or maybe sooner than that. Depends. And she's going to light up. She's going to say, oh my gosh, babe, I love you. Yes, let's do it. I'm so excited, right? She's going to melt, dude. She's going to melt, okay? And the same thing for her, right? She's like, hey, babe, I was thinking I don't want to go out. I want to cook for you. And I know how busy you are for work. And I know how long you spend every day, for work and talking to people and closing people and doing business. I figured, hey, I want to cook for you. I can make us some drinks, some margaritas, and then I was thinking maybe we could, either watch a movie or, I know that you love going to XYZ ABC. We thought we'd get some drinks there and, really take your mind off of work. And I want to surprise you with something. Maybe she has a surprise, maybe she wants to buy me something. Maybe she wants to show me something that she wants to get me, right? Or something like that. So the communication of those values, you're going to have a very healthy relationship, guys. Okay, women, if you're listening to this, yes, then same as well. Very, very healthy relationship. Now, the thing is, the only reason why people don't last in relationships is because they lose this touch. They lose the communication of values. Remember, people want to connect to something. They want to connect to events, groups, a movement, right? They want to connect to books, novels. They want to connect to something, okay? If we're not connecting, then that's where we feel like things are not working in favor for us, okay? So I'm going to say that again. If we're not connecting to something, if we're not connecting in relationships, we're not connecting going to events, and maybe, connecting in certain ways that people's values are, then there's going to be a lot of depression and unfulfillment. There's going to be a lack, okay? There's going to be very sluggish, depressive people because they're not doing what they naturally love to do. If you're preventing your girls from doing that, you're going to have a very miserable relationship and it's going to be very depressing. She's going to leave you most likely. Okay, same thing, women. If you're doing that to guys, they're going to create a lot of resentment and probably just cheat on you. I'm going to be honest. So you have to communicate. You have to know each other's values, okay, and communicate those because it's so valuable. It's so valuable. It's amazing how this works. I literally have the ability to go and talk to anybody, figure out what they absolutely love, and then they're asking me, right? Can I hang out with you? Can I get to know you more? Can I do this, right? They want to be my friend. And I'm not trying to shoot for that, but it's natural, it's natural because I've mastered this skill set. And it's a skill. It's like a muscle, Everybody's too fucking worried about themselves. What do I get out of this? What do I get out of it? People, Grant Cardone said it the best. Other people got your money, man. Your money is in other people's pockets, okay? I worked for Grant a long time ago. I drank the Kool-Aid, did all that fun stuff. Shout out to my boys out there, still with G and that are not with G that moved on. You know who you are. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like there's still things I follow because his mindset, right? And the biggest thing that I really, really picked up is that people have your money. If you can help solve their problems and challenges and listen to them effectively and actively, then most likely they can tell you what's wrong and then you could prescribe like a doctor. One thing that is different in my sales process is that I don't shove fucking product down people's throats, okay? I don't do that shit. And then second of all, if they're not interested, I move on. I don't care. I don't give a fuck, okay? If you want to be a part of this, I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to show you the door. I'm going to open it. I'm going to give you the offer. You either step in or you don't. I don't care. I got 50 other people I'm going to talk to next week that are interested. You're in or you're out, right? Now, I'm not aggressive like that, but hypothetically, realistically, right? Realism, I am like that, yes, because I don't want to waste my time, okay? Same thing to communicate. If you know people don't give a fuck about your values and they can't effectively communicate, because you can see people do it as well. It's not just a hidden thing. People do it very well and they don't even know. Some do know and some don't know. But if you can effectively communicate with most people, you'll get what you want out of life. You'll get more than what you've expected. That's the power, guys. And for those that don't go out there, that aren't extroverted, they don't reach out and they don't ask and they don't get to know, most likely you won't get what you want. I'll be honest. Okay, now it's not always about getting what you want. It's about, again, connection. It's about collaboration. It's about unison. It's about coming together, right? For a purpose, for a mission, for a drive, to be inspired, right? To be lifted up. Okay, people want to be lifted up. And okay, it's not always just about you, okay? I fucking can't stand this sometimes, man. People are so fucking self-centered. They are so fucking narcissistic to themselves. They do not give a fuck. And it's sad because hey, this is how they are. Okay? I'm like that too at times, but I'm not like that fully. Whoever says that someone is fully one-sided is very delusional. The reason why I say that is because everybody has every characteristic trait. You're nice, you're mean, you're kind, you're cool, you're happy, you're sad, narcissistic, altruistic. People talk about narcissism, but what about altruism? Have you heard about that? Altruism, for the people, for others, okay? The master has a blend of both, to give and take. Remember this, okay? Be clear, be wise. And guess what? Most people, they hear these words, infatuation, right? They don't even know what it means, okay? Resentment, infatuation, suppressiveness, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are trying to learn these words and learn all this stuff, but you don't know the true meaning of things. And guess what? I invite you to. Yes, please do. I invite you to learn these methods. Okay? Infatuation is only a series of you being overly dramatic or very theatrical about being overly attractive to something. Okay? Having a very high elated expectations. And guess what? You can't get over it. Same thing with resentment. Resentment is opposite, meaning I don't want nothing to do with this person. I don't want nothing to do with this person at all. And you have to remember, the master knows both. The master can infiltrate and formulate and manifest of a whiff of his hand or her hand in a direction to apply narcissism and altruism, to apply good and to apply bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about being masterful in your ways, not just one-sided. There's no ever one-sided. A person is never always happy. Okay? And remember, and this one thing I'm learning right now, okay? Fucking awesome. Real quick. I'm learning the personifications of the masks that people wear. Okay? And I'm learning different human behaviors that makes people act the way they act, whether they like you or they don't like you. And the signs and symbols behind that. Now, that's a fucking strong skill to know. Because you can tell if someone likes you and someone doesn't like you. Because they could be wearing a mask, hypothetically, okay? Smiling at you. And deep down, they resent you. They fucking hate you. They envy you, okay? What are the signs and symbols behind that? What are the signs and symbols of the people around you that are giving you love? Is it actual love? Is it actual growth and hype and say, hey, I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. Or deep down, they want you to secretly fail. Okay? This is all comes around in communication of values. All comes around. I had 5, 6, 7, 8 buddies. Okay? Certain areas of part of the world, I'm not going to mention where I used to live. But guess what? All talked about good game, good this, good that, success, right? We got to do this, we got to do that. Fucking slippery like a snake, man. The most slipperest. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. The slippiest. Slippy like a snake, man. I mean, I would have never thought, you know what I'm saying? Never thought. But you get to understand how people are, man. You get to understand how people actually operate and what they truly mean, you know. And now I'm more aware. I'm very more well aware of people that absolutely 100% love me, man, and love the way things are, you know, and they support so much, but they challenge healthily, like in a healthy way. And the thing is, the same happens in your life as well, okay? I've seen it numerous times. I have best friends right now have their family and closest friends betray them. Fucked up things. And guess what? They just wanted the best for them. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what makes me lose hope in people. That makes me not want to give chances and just be able to give someone an opportunity to be around me. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, most people are allowing others to just come into their life. Whatever happened to being more private, being more secluded, being more special, and just, hey, like, you know, I'm going to spend a lot more time trying to figure out, like, I don't know if I want to bring you around like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happened to being discreet about things? Whatever happened to being more secure and not show so much? Everybody, this is my theory. The more you show, the more that you don't have. That's it. The more you show, the more you boast, is the more that you don't have, and the more that you are desperately sickening in your soul somewhere. You need validation. You need confirmation. You need your ego to be stroked by others to tell you and give you attention all the time. I'll tell you what a very successful person does. I don't know if I could say that right now, you know, because I'm on my journey. And I'll say I'm getting very, very close. Okay, let's put it that way. But a lot of very, very successful older men in my life, older men, okay, I'm 29, 40s, 50s, 60s, okay, not guys my age, okay. I'll tell you what they tell me. It has nothing to do with you showing anything. You don't have to show anything. There is no point to show anything. The most successful people I know don't show anything. They don't boast nothing. They want people around them, the people in their businesses, their friends, their family, to be well off. Mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. So what they do is they preach. They talk about it because they're doing that. And when there's a time and place to show and to prove, people will know. They understand. They say, fuck, man, this guy got it like that. Yes. He doesn't have to prove nothing. He practices what he preaches or she preaches. So, you know, and I don't want to go off on too of a tangent here, but like, the power is communicating values. The power is communicating people's values and having them get connected to something. If you can build something, if you can build a product, service, or idea around what they love to connect, you have a winning product. You have a winning business. You have a winning business. And if you're not doing this and you're just in favor for yourself, you're trying to get instead of giving, then you're going to fail very quickly. And you're going to learn that very quickly. Make sense? So I will say this. I've been in a whole decade now selling. A whole 10 years of selling. The most greatest thing I've ever learned is that people want to be heard. People want to be heard. They want to be listened to. And they want to connect. They want to open their heart. They want wisdom and they want love. And they want to feel knowing that they have the next steps. They know what they're doing then. And I invite you to learn. Because if you master this, if you master the quality of communicating values and the essence of communication, then you're going to open up some doors that you're going to be very proud of one day. I'm telling you right now. You come back, you text me, you DM me, whatever. You let me know what door opened up for you because you communicate someone's values. That's it for today. I appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I wish the best for you.